Over the last couple of days, we got an abundance of new gameplay for Sparking Zero, thanks to a bunch of content creators being invited to play the game early. So I spent the last few days going through all of these gameplay to compile a list of 7 things to look forward to the most in Sparking Zero. Now before we hop into this list, let me know what you're excited for the most in this game, whether it be the characters or the animation. Drop a comment letting me know what you're the most excited for. So to start off this list, we're going to talk about 2 things that are pretty similar in each other, but they're kind of different at the same time. But obviously the first one is going to be the animations. Now obviously it being a sequel to the Budokai Tenkaichi series, and those games having dropped a long time ago, there was going to be a pretty big difference in the animation from back then to now, and let me tell you, they did not disappoint with this. The special moves for the character, the transformations, everything looks just amazing, super polished. There are a few hiccups here and there with the character models where they look kind of weird, but overall the animations just look absolutely amazing. They were very faithful to the actual anime source material, which is always nice to see. The aura is just amazing. You know, Dragon Ball Z characters are known for their aura in Super Saiyan, you know, Ultra Instinct, all that stuff, and the aura is just absolutely phenomenal. So animations and just graphics overall for this game is looking really good, and when you're running on that crisp PS5 or Xbox Series X, or even on PC, the quality and resolution is going to be absolutely amazing. Next on the list, I just want to talk about the environment effects and the stages. It's kind of similar to the animation, but also I want to make this a separate point because the environment is really cool. Not only is the arena destructions a really nice part where there's so many different things in the actual map that you can destroy and be destructible, the effects in the arena whenever you power up or use a special move is really cool. Like, you'll see characters power up, charging their ki, and then all of a sudden the weather changes, the sky turns dark. It's such a nice little touch and really adds to the ambiance of the whole fight, making it actually seem like an actual anime fight, which is really cool. In addition to this, the cool cinematics, especially with the World Tournament Arena, where when you launch a special attack, the audience just simply run away, actually give you the feel that you're in the Dragon Ball Z anime watching an episode, which is really damn cool. They can get pretty creative with this depending on the stages they use. For example, when you're fighting on the Tournament of Power stage, imagine just cycling through all 3 of the background chains, from the dark environment to the green environment and all the way to the purple environment when MUI Goku fights Jiren. Imagine whenever you power up, you get an environment change like that. That would make the Tournament of Power stage like one of the best looking arena stages in this whole game. I really do hope they actually go with that idea. Next on the list is the character dialogues. Now, I've always been a fan of the character dialogues in Dragon Ball games, like in Fighters or Legends, where you have these cool little interaction with characters that don't necessarily interact within the anime itself. For example, there are some gameplay going around with 17 interacting with Grade 8 Vegeta and how he says that he's used to handling rampaging animals. That's such a nice little touch there. And another one where you see future Trunks talking to Gohan and them basically doing a little catch up before their training battle. Stuff like that really makes the game engaging, and I'm looking forward to see what kind of other dialogues they have ready for us in this game. There could be a lot of cool what if interactions like the 17 versus Grade 8, or Gogeta versus Vegito, or Vegito versus Beerus. There's just so many different things they could do with these character little dialogues, and it's honestly one of my favorite parts of this game. Coming in at number 4, we have giant characters. Now, this might not sound like a crazy thing, but giant characters have been in the previous Budokai Tenkaichi games, and I wasn't too sure if they were gonna decide to add them, but the fact that they actually did is really cool, and they actually look a lot bigger than they were in previous games. Like, when you look at Grade 8 Vegeta fighting some of these other characters, you can really tell the scale at which this character is big, and I think the scale of these characters are a lot bigger than they were in the previous Budokai Tenkaichi games. There's also a lot of cool playable characters we can see with these giant characters. For example, we can get Hirudegarn from the Wrath of Dragon movie. If they decide to go with GT, which for sure they will, we can get Super Baby 2 in his golden Grade 8 form. We can get a regular golden Ozaru form. And since we're also going to be seeing Dragon Ball Super characters, there are a bunch of characters in Super that also go giant. Like, for example, Bergamo, once he takes a few hits, he starts growing, right? So eventually you'll be able to fight as a giant Bergamo if they actually add that in the game, which I do think they will because it's part of his character moveset, right? But another one from Super that I don't think a lot of people have talked about is Ani Laza when he fought in the Tournament of Power. Now, you can argue he's kind of a throwaway character because he was in like 1 or 2 episodes in the Tournament of Power, but don't underestimate how strong this character was. It literally took all 5 of the top strongest Universe 7 characters at their full power to beat this guy. And to be honest, he has a pretty decent looking character model, and he can even grow wings. So he's going to be, imagine a giant form like that just flying around. It's going to be really cool, and I really do hope they add this character in the game. Next on the list is going to be story mode. I'm sure you're no stranger to the story mode or the story of Dragon Ball, and with all these Dragon Ball games we've played growing up and even now, we pretty much know the story mode completely, right? And they even dropped Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for a 100% faithful adaptation of the manga, so we played the story mode enough times to know exactly what's gonna happen. But Sparking Zero gives a fresh take on story mode by giving us the options to have different endings, making different choices, and just overall giving a fresh take on the story mode, because we've already experienced the story of Dragon Ball multiple times, right? So actually putting a spin on it is really cool. For example, the one that we've seen so already is when Goku is gonna fight Raditz, and instead of going on with Piccolo, he decides to go alone, and then Krillin follows him instead of Piccolo, and in the end you get an ending where Goku doesn't even die to the special beam cannon, which is honestly really cool, and it basically creates different possibilities you can have with the original story, which is something I really like from Legends, where they basically retold the Dragon Ball story but with their main character Shallot, and it diverges from the original story while also going through similar plot points, right? And that's something I really enjoyed with the Legend story mode. So I'm really happy that they're going with this route for the story mode in this game, and I can't wait to actually play it. Now, coming to number 6 on the list, this is something I'm really excited for, and it is manga only attacks. Now, for the most part, you don't necessarily see manga material in these Dragon Ball games. There are a few exceptions, of course, like in Dokkan, I believe they gave some manga exclusive attacks from Zamasu, merged Zamasu for the character in Dokkan, and I believe they also gave the Gamma Burst Flash, which is also in this game, to Vegeta in a Dokkan unit. I don't know exactly which Dokkan unit it is, but I'm pretty sure they have it. But we actually have these moves in Sparking Zero, which is really cool because it potentially opens the gate for more characters from the manga appearing in this game. Now, simply having a manga attack isn't too groundbreaking, which is why I do think they have this in play, but can we potentially see manga exclusive characters? For example, Super Saiyan Goku Black, Moro, Granola. Can we actually see these characters before they get animated? I have no idea. It's been a pretty big topic on Twitter where people are arguing why they can and cannot implement manga characters in the game, with the common consensus being they simply choose not to. So what if they actually chose to make these characters playable in this game for the first time ever? We also have to keep in mind that there is a pre-order playable character that has yet to be revealed and is going to be revealed a couple days before the release of the game. And according to Nanogenics, who actually went to play the game, they said that this character will make his first ever appearance in a Dragon Ball game.
By the way, real quick, who do you think that playable character is that they're showing off? Whoever it is, this is the first time they've ever been playable in a Dragon Ball game.
What character could this actually be? Because the only sort of characters we can think of is manga characters who've never made it into any Dragon Ball games, right? So could it potentially be Ultra Ego Vegeta or Moro or Granola? Could it be one of these characters? We have no idea. We'll have to wait until the game actually comes out. But if they actually go with this route, it is going to be absolutely insane. Now, last thing to be excited for Sparking Zero on this list is probably the biggest one, and it's going to be the custom battle creations, what if battle creations. This is the biggest thing to look forward to in this game. For the first time ever, you can create your very own what if battles between characters and even give them dialogues, decide the outcome. There's so much customization for this, where you can decide exactly what camera angle you want to use, what effects you want to use, what the title of the story is going to be, and then you can create all these story events and then share it to other people so that they can play, and you can just have a whole hub of what if scenarios for you to test out. The potential for this is truly limitless, and this is what's going to be increasing the longevity of the game, because as long as you can think about it, you can create it, and people aren't going to stop thinking. They're going to keep creating, and then we're just going to keep playing. So this is the biggest thing that you have to look forward to for this game, and honestly, depending on how deep they go with this game mode here, it's going to be pretty crazy. Now, those are the 7 things that I'm going to be looking forward to the most in Sparking Zero. Like I said in the beginning, let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to the most. Drop a comment below, and I'm interested to know what you guys have to say. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. That's it's so important, so don't forget. Have a great day. See ya.